Their story, The Umbrella in the Drought Night. Once upon a time, nestled among the barren southern mountains, there was a small village named Bhavana. It wasn't wealthy, but it was peaceful and bountiful. Thatched roofs leaned gently beside rice fields, where the crow of roosters, the pounding of rice mortars, and children's laughter blended into a daily symphony of life. In that village lived a modest family. Ramu, a strong, hard-working farmer, his wife Sita, kind and resilient, and their 6-year-old daughter Mira, a bright, singing little girl who always held her father's hand when they walked through the fields. For Ramu, Mira was the light at the end of every hard day's labor. But such happiness did not last long. A cruel summer arrived. No rain. At first, the villagers just felt thirsty, then heat, then cracked earth, then slow death. The rice fields burned under the sun. Trees bowed to the heat. Ponds dried to bare stone. Cattle dragged themselves back to the barns and collapsed. Villagers began selling off belongings, wedding gifts, heirlooms, the last gold bangles saved for hard times. The elderly looked up at the sky and shook their heads. The young began to leave. Those who stayed had sun-scorched skin, calloused hands, and empty eyes. Every morning, Ramu stared at his dried-up field like a corpse. He had once been strong. Now he sat on the porch at night, hands gripping his head, eyes red from both sun and sorrow. No one knew, except Sita and Mira. Though only a child, Mira would quietly bring her father a bowl of water or a cloth to wipe his brow. One evening, she whispered, "Papa, people say the sky is angry, so it won't rain. But what if we said sorry to the sky?" Ramu looked at his daughter, eyes bloodshot from tears and heat. He couldn't answer. He just pulled her close and held her tight. One gloomy afternoon, the village elder, a man who rarely appeared in crowds, summoned everyone beneath the old banyan tree. He stepped forward slowly, leaning on his cane. His voice trembled but was firm. "My children, I've lived through 60 monsoons, but never have I seen the sky this cruel. We've tried everything, dug wells, offered rituals, prayed to gods. Now, there's only one thing left. Tomorrow evening, stay inside your homes. Pray, all of us. No ceremonies, no show, just words from the heart, at the same time, as one." The village fell silent. No one said a word, not out of faith, but because there was nothing left to lose. That night, the wind howled. The sky was thick with dust. But somewhere, a tiny flame of hope flickered quietly in someone's heart. The next night, Bhavana fell into a sacred hush. No one stepped outside. Oil lamps flickered dimly over sunken faces, gathered quietly in their homes. Inside Ramu's house, the three of them sat on a worn mat. Ramu held Sita's hand with one hand and Mira's with the other. He prayed, "If you are still listening, please send rain to this land, not for us, but for our child, so she'll know that there is still magic in this world." Mira folded her hands softly and murmured, "I know you must be very busy, but if you can, please let it rain, so Papa won't be sad anymore." The wind passed again. No thunder, no scent of rain, just another deep, dry night. The next morning, Ramu got up to visit the field, not to work, but to say goodbye to the last thread of hope. Just as he opened the door, Mira ran in and handed him a torn umbrella. No handle, just a piece of cloth barely stitched together. "Papa, if it rains, you'll get wet. Take this umbrella with you." Ramu froze. The sky was bright and cruel. The ground cracked like a gaping wound. But his little girl, she believed, with her whole heart. He knelt down, hugged her tightly, and whispered, Then, let's take the umbrella. Let's go together. At noon, the two stood in the middle of the parched field. Ramu closed his eyes. Mira beamed, holding the umbrella over his head. Papa, when will the rain come? Do you really think it will rain? Yes, I already asked. It's like mailing a letter. Now we just wait for the postman to bring the answer. Then, a gust of wind. Trees trembled. A low rumble echoed far in the distance. And then, a drop of water. Then two. Then hundreds. Thousands. Pouring from the sky. It rained. Rain crashed down like a scream released after days of silence. The whole village rushed outside. Some wept. Some laughed at the sky like madmen. Everyone turned to look at Ramu and Mira, standing in the field with their tiny, soaked umbrella. Their faces lit up like the sun had finally returned. The elder fell to his knees, tears running down his cheeks. Thank you, sky. And thank you to the little girl who brought the umbrella. Ramu held his daughter close, the rain soaking them both. Thank you for bringing the umbrella. Thank you for believing when no one else dared to anymore. Mira smiled in his arms and whispered, I believed because Papa is someone the sky should care about. Mira's umbrella didn't just shield from rain. It sheltered something far more precious. Faith. Have you ever noticed? When we hope for something good, we often behave as if it won't happen. We pray for peace, but live in worry. We dream of success, but never take the first step. We ask for light, yet refuse to move through the dark. Most of us pray with our lips, but act with our fears. Just like the villagers, all of them prayed for rain, but only one carried an umbrella. Mira believed, and she acted accordingly. That made all the difference. True faith doesn't wait for signs. It doesn't wait for evidence. It's a choice you make when everything else tells you to give up. Real faith is not standing still waiting for light. It's stepping into darkness, with the heart certain that light awaits on the other side. Faith is not just a feeling, it's a decision, a single, simple act that might shift the course of everything. So what will you choose? Will you wait to believe only after seeing proof? Or will you be the one to believe first, then act? Because maybe, just maybe, it didn't rain because hundreds prayed. It rained because one little girl brought her umbrella. And if inside each of us, there's a little Mira, innocent, brave, quietly strong, willing to walk into the heat with an umbrella of belief, then the world might just become a gentler place. Bring your umbrella every day. That umbrella might be a dream you've delayed for years, a hard decision you've been too scared to make, a hope you've buried, or just the courage to say, I believe. Don't wait for rain to look for your umbrella. Carry it, and maybe the rain will come because you did. In the end, Mira is you. Mira is me. She's everyone who dares to believe when no one else does. In a world full of doubt, be the one who walks into drought with an umbrella. Thank you for listening to the entire story. And if you found this story meaningful and inspiring, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to hear more stories like this. Also, leave a positive comment to give me motivation to create even more engaging and heartfelt videos.